officially season 2. It's been a great year, man. I mean, so far, when I thought about this concept, actually back last November, um, just kind of brainstormed on it, tried to figure out, how this thing, didn't know anything about, the podcast space, YouTube and all that. Actually, I thought podcasting was corny. I'm just gonna be honest before I got into it. And but I knew that I had a message to get out, and with everything going on, I knew I had to pivot. And that word pivot has been something of our of our norm right now, because when COVID came, everybody had to pivot. So pivot is probably one of those words that's probably been used and Googled and searched and looked up and defined and redefined, for some time now, because that was the word that people were using during COVID, coming out of COVID. You got to pivot, you got to shift, um because of course COVID really changed the way that we live now. It really shifted a lot of things, the way we live, the way we work, the way we party, the way we shop. I mean, it's just really been something like none other, just a culture shift, a lifestyle shift, and again, definitely a pivot. And so excited, y'all, because it's season 2 now. We going into season 2 of Convo with Sino. So I promise, man, to bring y'all hot stuff, hot ish. You know what I'm saying? That hot ish. I promise to bring you the hot ish. So what I want to do now, guys, I mean, as we kind of again pivot, into some other things and some other concepts, you'll be hearing from some, more guests. And shout out to the alumni. I call it the Convo with Sino alumni, who rock with me these first, this first season, man. So shout out to my man Dwight Looney, the credit king. And here's the thing, guys, I'm only bringing you the heat. I'm only bringing you the best of the best people that are in at the top of their game. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing game changers. I'm bringing the kings and queens of their particular field. And so I vet these people, I know these people, I research them. So believe me, if you see them on this show, you best believe that I've done my research on them. And normally I reach out to them. Very seldom do people reach out to me. I'm always watching everything and everybody. I'm very observant. And so I definitely shout out, man, to the Convo with Sino alumni, Dwight Looney. It's my first show, man. I mean, I did that show on just camcorder Instagram. We didn't, tried and tested, man. But he was down to, really rock with me on the first show. And so sometimes the first step is always the hardest. That's like pioneering. That's like taking that first leap, man. That's always the hardest. So, man, shout out to my guy, man, my financial mentor. Second show, I had to drop Cherie Dodd, the trucker gal, so we dropped trucker gal for you. So all the women that's out there rocking in the trucking business, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I had to bring that heat, of course, Coach V, man. Shout out to my sister, Coach V, always down to rock with her brother. You know what I'm saying? So to drop some spiritual knowledge and drop some wisdom. Of course, my guy Daryl Biddens. Shout out to a Deek Ultra nightclub in Gary, Indiana. Just always really a mentor of mine, a big brother of mine, who just came on the show, man, and just kind of poured his heart out, man, on his journey of from getting in trouble to now being successful, man. Now the driving cars with the doors open the opposite ways, and taking trips, all out the out of, not just out the country, not your regular trips, but them exotic joints. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to DB, Crystal Brooks, investment. genius guru, just been in finances for so long. Shout out to Crystal Brooks, always supporting, still doing great things in that Indianapolis area. Who else we got? Oh man, Cherie Antoinette, the RN nurse, the the organic nurse, man, who just really brought some heat to the show, man. Really brought flames, man, and brought her audience, man, and because she has a great following of people that really love her, love her products, and so shout out to the organic nurse. Then we came with Lakeisha Tate's grant writing service. Man, I'm talking about if you look into, I mean, I hear, her name ringing everywhere. Everybody that I meet, especially in the Illinois area, oh yeah, I know Lakeisha. I mean, her name just rings, and I personally worked with her, gonna continue to work with her, on far as business structuring and nonprofits and things like that, grant writing and all that. So again, guys, the best of the best. I'm only bringing you the best, right? Who else we got? Who else we got? Oh, Pascal Miller. Man, I mean, Wheel of Fortune winner, man. I mean, the man been kicking it, next to Pat Sajak, man. Walked away with about 80 grand. You know what I'm saying? Cash from Gary. Shout out GI. And he also talked about his music background as a as an artist, man, as a pioneer in Gary, dancing, and back when when the rappers had the dancers on the side, you know what I'm saying. When Daddy Kane had Scoop and Scrap Lover, I'm telling my age now, Big Daddy Kane, Scoop and Scrap, what I'm saying. So you know um so yeah, so all of that, man. So we just gonna keep this thing popping, man. Who else we got? And then we got into the rap game. Okay, shout out to the real Oni, man, out of Atlanta, young female artist, doing a thing, representing in that whole vibe of